Hey guys, and welcome back to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and this is episode 23 of Let's Play Yesterday Origins. In the previous episode, we got kidnapped, but managed to get ourselves free, and have just discovered that Hines is alive. Before I delve into this episode, I'm afraid to say I have already played this episode, and the video corrupted. So I'm pretty much going to play through what I played through. But the thing is, what I found is that it was a very talky episode, so there was a few different dialogue options which I think might change the outcome. So I'm going to choose the opposite to what I chose in the episode that I played yesterday, which corrupted, and it was very annoying. It was an excellent episode, I must say. So yesterday, I can't remember what I clicked at the beginning, but let's just click on Alive.
You died at St. Fergus 500 years ago. The Inquisition killed you and burned down the church with your body in it.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Mistaken, I think not.
You hid in the space behind the altar.
That's right. As soon as the Inquisition came in, before they could see me, I heard everyone die. Sir Roderick, his slutty wife, Don Guzman, even Ursus. Oh, my dear Ursus. When they set the church on fire, I thought I'd suffocate in my hiding place. I quickly poured mercury in the potion and drank it, but didn't die. I didn't dare leave the church until 2 nights later. I looked for you among the burnt bodies, but how was I going to recognize you? How could I be sure that the potion had worked?
It worked. I'm still alive. And so are you. But you know the best part?
The best part? Yesterday I did hate. So I'm going to forgive him. It feels wrong, but I just think I need to do it. See what happens.
You once saved my life. When you took it away years later, you gave me the chance to get it back. And that's what I've done. We're even.
I'm happy to hear that, because I need your compassion. I beg you, grant this sinner's soul some peace. I want you to kill me. I want to die, once and for all. For good, and only you can help me, my son. Ursus!
Ursus! It's not the same Ursus.
I told you nothing would happen. Please, follow me outside. Take the wine set and blow out the candles. Our host will arrive at dusk. In the meantime, will you think about my request, please?
Hours go by, but you don't think about Hines' request. You have too much on your mind and too much to do.
Huh? Where's the other guy?
Bit harsh. Just standing there. That's a bit of a weird smirk.
Poor Ronald. Goodbye, my dear gardener. You had wonderful green fingers. He cried blood when he started reading it, just like you said he would.
Hi, honey.
Mr. Yesterday! Amanda, go find the madman. He has to be here somewhere. Lenny, you bring up Hines' alchemy table. And get this shit out of here. Well, well, well. Why the long face?
Why the long face? Well, so far my choices haven't made a jot of difference. What did I do here? I can't even remember. Let's go just through it, and so we can discover the story together.
So I suppose you're hunting down immortals all over the world?
Now that you mention it, I feel honored. 100% of the world's immortal population is in my house this very instant. But don't get me wrong. Your old friend is here of his own accord.
What did you do to Boris?
What did we do? What did you do? Lenny just told me he disappeared.
Don't try to fool me. Where is he?
Hines, is there anything you didn't tell me about Vulcan? Does he have any powers we might not know of?
I hope not, little Vic.
Little Vic?
Don't act surprised, Mr. Yesterday. I've known Father Gines for a long time, ever since I found him in that nursing home.
Oh, I can't stand children crying. Get out of here.
She's not crying. She's just there. Right, yesterday I chose bad person, so I'm going to say he's good.
Is that because you can't stand to see children
It's the
suffer?
same, exactly the
Let's
same.
just say that I was good at ending their suffering back in the day.
So, are you going to help me?
Satan, take me now. You won't leave until I ask you what happened, will you?
What happened? What happened?
They told me my granddad's here, but I can't find him.
I entered the first nursing home I found. I guess it never occurred to me that there could be more than one, nor that my grandfather was in the most expensive one in London.
I ran away from home because I haven't seen my granddad in 6 months.
Ah, well. I didn't even get to meet mine. He's been dead for 600 years.
600 years?
My granddad is sick. There's a little man in his head that steals his words.
Oh, that's a shame. You can't live without words.
You can.
A lady at the door told me to wait here.
We'll wait. And let's hope we don't have to wait too long.
Sir? My name is Victoria Baxter, but my friends call me Vic.
I haven't had a name for a long time. Or friends, for that matter. But you can call me Gines.
Gines. Can we be friends? 600 years? I don't remember which I picked yesterday. I think we all have to do it anyway.
There's something I don't understand. If your granddad died that long ago, you must be really, really old. I mean, my nan was 87, and everyone said she died of old age.
Oh. And who says I haven't died?
I don't think I understand.
Listen here, little girl. If I tell you the truth, will you do me a favor?
Of course, Mr. Gines.
I was your grandmother's age the first time I died. But years before, I had taken a very special potion. They told me it gave you the power to come back to life at the same exact age as when you died for the first time. But what if that wasn't true? The only way to find out was to kill myself, but I couldn't do that.
So he's a fraud.
And didn't you have any friends who could help you?
I had two good friends, Ursus and Vulcan. They were like my children. Ursus died in a fire. As for Vulcan, I lost his track. I spent decades searching for him, because only he could confirm if the powers of the potion were real.
You could have looked up that potion in an encyclopedia.
There weren't any encyclopedias back then. Although, there was a book that mentioned the potion. But I never found it again.
Of course, the doctor can help you out.
Doctors know about these things. Did you ever ask them?
I couldn't ask anyone. I'd done bad things. I was a fugitive. I searched for decades in vain until I died of old age. As old as I am now. Every few weeks I die and I come back to life. And I can't walk. I can't even wipe my own shit.
You're not allowed to say shit.
They just opened up my throat so I could talk. I haven't been able to say a single word for 60 years. I'll say shit all I want. And you should do the same.
I mean, it's funny, isn't it?
Shit.
See? It's easy.
Shit.
Nice. Don't let anyone ever take away your right to say what you want. Words should never be hidden.
Shit, shit, shit.
All right, calm down, love. Exactly, calm down.
I like you, Vic. But I think you should calm down.
Repeat the story. Do I really need to repeat the story? The end, yeah. Granddaddy.
You know a lot about death. Will my granddad live?
I don't know, Vic. I do know that if he dies, he won't come back like me. But if I could change places with him, I'd do so gladly.
You're a good man, Mr. Gines.
Now it's my turn. You owe me a favor.
Yes, whatever you want.
Could you place your hand on mine?
What's going to happen to you?
No one should die alone. Stay with me for a little while. And don't stop talking. Just pretend that I'm asleep. Don't let them see that I'm...
He died right there in front of me. And I stood there for nearly half an hour, holding his hand and begging him to come back. And he did.
It was true!
Hello, little Vic.
You're so lucky.
I'm not so sure. I'll die again in a few weeks. But I might not be as lucky as I was today. It might take me a lot longer to come back. They'll certify my death. They'll bury me. I'll die and come back. Die and come back. Die and come back inside my grave until there's no room left in the cemetery. Then they'll empty the graves, burn the remains. And I'll die and come back again, and I'll drag myself until someone finds me and takes me to a public nursing home. But I won't find you there. You'll have died of old age.
Luckily, that didn't happen. It took me 40 years. But I found you at last. And together we found your beloved Vulcan, the treaty, and also, surprise, we even found a judgment coin.
The time has come. I beg you, for the mercy I do not deserve, please read the treaty in search of the potion that reverts immortality. Please, kill me.
Now, this is the big decision that I took yesterday in Yesterday Origins. See what I did there? And yesterday, I said, no, you can go ahead and live this hell of yours. And then something interesting happens. So I'm going to say yes this time. I'm going to say yes, okay, I'll help you out. You are the most evil person in history, but why not?
So I shall. For Alonzo, for Fergus, for me, for all the lives you destroyed. Not even you deserve this punishment.
Thank you. Thank you, Vulcan.
Listen, don't waste any more of my time. None of that shit is going to happen. We're going to mix up a new transmutation potion. But I'm the one who's going to do the drinking.
Yeah, literally nothing has changed. It's exactly, apart from that little conversation we had between Gines and I. It's gone to the same thing. So, there we go. Refuse, betrayal. Don't know. Click one of these.
Are you really going to betray Gines?
No, we'll have time for his death and all that. All the time in the world. We'll find another coin, but first things first. I don't want to have to grow a day older and have to live my immortality in a decrepit corpse like you.
Vic, don't do this to me.
Ooh, what's happening now?
Miss Baxter, the madman is nowhere to be found. But I did find this.
Pauline!
Oh, forget the madman. Here's an even better offer. Wouldn't you just love an immortal girlfriend?
Thinking. Science. Doing a science.
I'll come back, John.
She's going to come back anyway because she doesn't know, does she?
It takes Gines a while to come back. What about her?
I'm alive.
And you don't know how happy that makes me. Amanda, keep an eye on them. I promise that when we find another coin, you'll be... Shit.
I think she did. Oh, that's exciting. On the one hand, Weasel didn't show up to pick up the painting she ordered, and no matter how hard you tried to get a hold of her, she's still nowhere to be found. On the other hand, Baxter just bought a piece for €500,000, more than enough to pay your father's debts. And if that weren't enough, she's going to publish a book about John's past. Is that a coincidence, or is Baxter hiding something? If that's the case, you'll find it, no matter how well she hid it in the depths of the World Wide Web. You try her email, phone, and even KU7, but Weasel is nowhere to be found. Don't know what KU7 is. We're all hackers here, so you don't need to explain what KU7 is, right? I did that exact same thing yesterday. I even said I don't know what KU7 is. Oh dear. Card. Just like Baxter said, the card she gave John is activated. You guess it must be connected to a private server from which Baxter controls the contact information that should show up. But if Baxter can load information on that card, you can download it. Oh, look at us being all sleuthy. It takes you a while to access the server, but you finally manage. Baxter's private life is all yours. Okay, let's go and hack, shall we? This is exactly how you hack. Besides the phone number that appears on the card, you find several others connected to a network. 555-841-909. Whose is that? It's registered under one Ernest W. Brock. After doing some research, you discover it's Baxter's personal assistant. This phone number is registered under Baxter's name. 2 days ago, just before John came back from talking to Baxter, a call was placed from this number to another phone in the network. 555-841-903. That's exactly how it sounds when you dial a number. Probably isn't. Whose is that? Registered under one Amanda Royce. 2 days ago, just before John came back from talking to Baxter, Royce received a call from another phone in the network. Baxter's number. So they're calling each other. This number is registered under Malcolm D. Wilkins, CEO of the Trabex Corporation. It looks like he talks to Baxter almost every day. I mean, that's a mysterious guy. Never heard of him. He's new. Let's check her search history. Baxter uses the same search engine almost everyone uses, so it's pretty easy to access her search history. Obviously Bing. Several items grab your attention. Porn. Every time you research someone, you take note of their taste in pornography. It says a lot about a person. Oddly enough, Baxter does not watch porn online. She already seems strange, but this just blows your mind. It seems that Baxter's love for Japanese art is not a lie. She spends several hours a day chasing down collector's items on the net. Immortality. Here are some of the search terms most used by Baxter. Immortality, Transmutation, Order of the Flesh, Hines de Orduña, Judgment Coin, Miguel de Fuentenegra, Saint Fergus of Inverloch. Interesting, right? She knows about it all. Tobacco. As John already knows, tobacco is one of Baxter's guilty pleasures. Of course it's tobacco, I'm being silly. She spends a fortune on cigars, pipes, and all kinds of smoking accessories. I'm still fascinated that there's a magazine called Smokers Monthly. Obviously, it's not a weekly publication. There's not enough information about smoking. Seems a bit silly. You're not surprised that Baxter showed interest in your antique shop, considering she was going to buy the Neo. But you are surprised that she searched the location on Google Maps over a month ago. During these past few days, Baxter has been obsessively visiting a website, Coleridge's London-based auction house. It looks like they're auctioning several lots the day after tomorrow. Lot numero uno. A gladiator helmet, club and shield from the 1st century AD found near Turin. Suicidal self-sodomy. One of the last works by American painter Dennis Hole, who died in 2015. Prime example of the meta-postmodern abstract movement. I was going to say the same thing myself. I was like, that looks very meta-postmodern. An 1830 chest decorated with coins from different time periods. There it is, coins. These are the coins. Fancy coins. Aha, there it is. That looks familiar. Wait a second. That can't be a mere coincidence. The very coin John needs to cure his immortality-induced amnesia. A prop ring used in the filming of that famous fantasy trilogy made in New Zealand that I don't even have to name. Of course it was Star Wars. It was National Star Wars Day yesterday as we record this. May the 4th, which makes today May the 5th. I don't know why I went into a silly accent then. Do apologise. Among the hundreds of emails that Baxter has sent and received over the past few days, you focus on just a few of them. Accessible home. An email sent from pastabarriers.fr informs Baxter that her new mansion in Paris will be fully accessible by wheelchair in less than a month. A short email from Baxter to Arthur Thompson, an aircraft pilot, sent 2 days ago. It asks him to prepare a private jet in order to travel to London today in a few hours. It's perfectly clear Baxter is pursuing immortality and using you both. She plans to travel to London to get a hand on those judgment coins. So what are you going to do? What am I going to do? Warn John. You haven't spoken to John since your last argument. But if what you just found out about Baxter is true, he might be in danger. You call his cell phone, but he doesn't answer. He probably lost it again. I must say, all of these things that I'm choosing, I did choose previously. Like the only 2 conversations throughout this episode so far that I've changed, I have mentioned, and nothing has changed whatsoever. Email. Oh, blimey. TV. After her appearance on the TV show that Boris saw, Baxter wrote an email to the director. The host reeks. I want her fired. St. Eustache, the psychiatric hospital for the elderly located in Paris, would like to thank Baxter via email for her generous donation. Deep web. I don't remember doing this yesterday. This is new. A simple search in the deep web brings back interesting results, at least more interesting than the ones John found when he googled Baxter. Oh, blimey. Do we need all of this? Let's do it. Childhood. It looks like Baxter went to some of the most elite schools in England. She looks friendly. 7 of them to be exact. But not even her family's fortune avoided her being expelled from the first 6 due to her difficult personality. In spite of costly medical treatments, Baxter's grandfather, mother and father all died of Alzheimer's. Since then, not only does Baxter donate large sums of money to different hospitals and institutions, but she also visits patients herself almost every week. That's nice. You tell you what, I'm just going to leave all of this end search because we want to get on. We want to get on with the game. I want to get the coin. You decide to get your hands on that coin, but how will you pull it off? Steal it. What if you sneak into Coleridge's, find the chest and take the coin? With your knowledge of security systems, it should be doable. The problem is the lot auction. Everyone would see that a coin was missing and Baxter would know something is up. Reach out to Weasel. What if you replace the coin with a counterfeit? You do have a file with a 3D model of the coin, although I'm afraid you lack both the skill and the tools to print metal. You only know one person who could pull it off. She should have come to collect the painting she ordered, but she didn't show up and you can't seem to reach her. There's only one thing you can do. Travel to her house in Amsterdam. Thinking about Weasel's micro cameras, it dawns on you. The Neo is so full of nooks and crannies that you could actually hide several micro cameras inside. It'll be your first analog Trojan. We're off. Okay, Pauline, you've got a plan. We go in. We go in. Yeah, we're off. Weasel loves danger. She seeks it. She instigates it. So much so that when it finally arrives, she turns on a red light to welcome it. Oh, this is groovy. You approach a floating house stealthily, just to play it safe. Did I say self? Just to play it safe. Just to play it safe. It's not very stealthily, just looking at it from a bridge above it. I wouldn't call that stealthily. Anyway, we are at the exact position that I ended yesterday's episode. Even after taking different choices, it's the same. We are here in Amsterdam with some groovy, funky music going on. And hopefully, this is recorded this time. And hopefully we'll be back to normal tomorrow to investigate this house. So thanks very much, everyone. I really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, because I have recorded it twice. And until next time, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is you're doing right now. Take care.